Alright boys, so let's try to geek out real quick nightly, not overhyped as usual on my video. So this was an interview actually conducted by the Generation Iron Fitness Network with the Hall of Famer Shawn. This guy was doing battle versus Kevin Levrone back then. He was mostly famous in the Dorian Yates era. To be noted though, he started his Olympia venture in the Lee Haney epoch, went on to compete in the Dorian Yates, and retired in that of Ronnie Coleman. He was a very polarizing, pretty much figure in this industry of bodybuilding, and polarizing he still is until today. Proof of that, there's a very interview talking about his friend, quote unquote, pretty much Kevin Levrone, when he calls his move to come back from a retirement, he calls it foolish in a sense. He goes on to give some examples of even a dead bodybuilder. May he rest in peace, Mr. Don Youngblood. He was a giant of a man, pushing north of 300 pounds off season, died at the age of 52. If I'm not mistaken, it was in 2003. And it was from a massive heart attack. He mentioned that he spoke to him back then. He was trying to tell him or discourage him from coming back, specifically not to the main Mr. Olympia, because he was doing battle versus the young chaps of all that era. We had, Ronnie Coleman was still the reigning Mr. Olympia, and we had Jay Cutler and the likes. And I think it was the last year of Kevin Levrone. He retired exactly that year. Anyway, he also extends into citing examples from other sports, namely boxing, like Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, who came back from retirement forcibly so, by the fact that he was broke financially and he was doing battle versus unknown boxers and he was losing in a pitiful way. Right? Anyway, he also mentioned that Kevin Levrone did not inform him about his decision of returning to the stage, and he learned it when he was next to Jim Manion, and it was thrown just like that. In parallel, also, Kevin Levrone made a video actually on the go on his Instagram. He was in a car announcing to us all that he is coming back. After which I made a slew of videos that went viral, which are the most watched in the world, declaring the very return of Mr. Kevin Levrone. To be noted, I spoke to Kevin Levrone via the phone prior to that. It was a week prior to that decision, and he asked me for my opinion, and I gave it to him. My opinion, of course, does not concord with that of Shawn Ray. Shawn Ray also mentioned in this interview he does not know that him expressing his opinion will lead to him ceasing to being a friend of Kevin Levrone. So he doesn't know, more or less, that if Kevin will take this bad and no longer be his friend. But he said, bro, I don't care, I'm gonna say it. And he did so. What do I think about it? Well, I don't go to the same extent that Shawn Ray went. It is the decision of Kevin Levrone. I will not belittle his maturity in a sense. I'm not going to say, bro, he doesn't know, or Shawn Ray knows better. Shawn Ray is the godfather of them all. He's the most intelligent, thus, he is right. I think that Shawn Ray should have probably expressed himself differently, specifically towards the friends. But it is his call. All right. To be noted that Shawn Ray, as I mentioned, was always, in my opinion, a very polarizing figure, persona in this business. His words were absolutely harsh. I do recall when he was talking about Dorian Yates, he was absolutely not in a respectful way. Same goes versus Flex Wheeler. Same goes versus Chris Cormier. Let me remind you. There was that famous video, 1996 Battle for the Olympia, where pretty much the crew was filming all the contenders, namely Dorian Yates, Nasser El-Sambari, Jean-Pierre Fuchs, Paul Delatte, Shawn Ray, Kevin Levrone, and so on and so forth. But at the end of that video, this guy right here, Shawn Ray, invited the crew to his house, right? He showed them the luxurious black leather sofas, and also he had some palm trees in his house back then. He was saying, bro, this gives me a taste or a side that looks like Florida in a sense, right? Anyway, he went on. He was in his sofa. He was talking about other competitors, not in a flattering way. So, right, he was saying that he thinks that Flex Wheeler had some calf implants, so his calves were not loyal. They were pretty much implants according to him. And he was saying, how come these guys are too big? Nasser El-Sambari 280. I mean, Dorian is like 265, whatever. How come he has like no biceps? He has a biceps injury on his left arm. He has a basically big stomach. Like, how can these guys win and whatever? And in my reckoning, this is why this guy never won Mr. Olympia. He was always too outspoken in a sense, right? Critical towards his competitors, fellow competitors, and so on, towards the system. And I think it cost him a lot. He did not change with the years, obviously. I do recall also in an interview, he was being critical with his gym partner of back then, namely Chris Cormier. He was saying, bro, this guy is always late, right? And even Shawn Ray, I mean, not Shawn Ray, what's his name? Flex Wheeler nicknamed Shawn Ray. He nicknamed him Shauna, because he said, bro, his name is not Shawn, but rather Shauna, because he talks a lot, right? And that's what's up. For the record, this guy also blocked me on my social media Instagram. I have no idea why. Probably because he was rolling with shreds, for all I know. No big deal. I also blocked you, Shawn. But that's what's up. So watch the video. It will be linked at the bottom, and tell me your opinion. It is quite polarizing of an interview. A lot of people are saying, bro, he's saying this because he's jealous, did not accomplish what Kevin did back then, and this and that. He cannot come back himself. He looks older and not in the same shape as Kevin Levrone, and some other people are saying he is right. So go ahead, watch the video and make up your own mind, and tell me about it. God bless you.